everybody. Welcome to this month's episode of Civil Engineering Today. I'm your host, Reed Brockman. And today, my very special guests are champions. They are from the Model Bridge Contest. We had the 19th Annual Boston Society of Civil Engineers Model Bridge Contest. From Greater Egleston High School, I'd like to introduce Ashley and Lynette.
Hi.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. So, Greater Egleston High School, Egleston Square is right here where the studio is.
Yeah.
So how was the journey?
Easy.
Yeah. Literally just went down the street.
Awesome. So you guys, when you guys first, where did you first hear about the Model Bridge Contest? I think you know that your teacher, Mr. Cray, is one of the founders of the whole thing. He was involved with a group called Mass PEP, Mass Pre-Engineering Program. Once upon a time, did he tell you all about that?
I think he told us a little bit about that.
So how did it come about? Did he come up to you guys, or are you in a class together?
Well, we actually take the same class, but we're not in the same period. He kind of just informed the classroom about the whole competition, and he had people sign up. It actually started off with a lot of people on the list, but as time went by and the competition got closer, dwindled off to about 4 students. But
your school's not the only one that did some. It's actually very. What did you think? So this year the materials were not the easiest ones to work with, but they were very, very creative and fun. It was a challenge. So what do you guys think of the materials this year?
It was definitely a challenge.
What were some of the craziest things you got about the styrofoam?
I think cutting it was the hardest thing to find how to, because like with a knife you get snow all over you.
Yep. And it's got the static cling that just won't stop.
Yeah. I was the first one to try it out to cut it, so I had like styrofoam all over me for the whole afternoon. But it was fun, even though it was challenging.
So you guys came in, was it 3rd place for aesthetic?
Yes.
Beautiful job.
Thank you.
So the model bridge that you made, it's beautiful. You did some great craftsmanship. Did you guys draw plans first?
Well, yeah, we were, that was part of our first homework kinda, to everybody draw their plan, and some of them did.
it was actually a surprise to me because I had to work that day that he told us to do that. I came back the next week and I was like, this is the bridge we're gonna do. I'm just like, I wonder if it's gonna work, who made this? But I think it came out pretty well.
Yeah, we brainstormed a lot of different bridges we could do besides the arch. So it was first of all, elimination.
Right.
To either which one to do, which one not to do, which one could work more, especially with the material we had.
Right. So you guys figured out one really important thing. You chose to go with an arch instead of a beam type bridge.
Yeah.
What did you find? Did you test out any beam type bridges?
No.
Because the problem, it was smart not to, because what is generally happening is the beam type bridges, the styrofoam doesn't take any tension at all. Mm-hmm. So if you try to bend it, it just snaps. But what did you think about the manila folders? How did you use the manila folders? Is it tucked in there?
No.
We kind of just glued them into the arch to give it a little more strength and to make it a little more stiff. And then we put them around the sides to kind of hold them together. It was kind of hard because we knew that was one of the things that would add more weight to it than the styrofoam. So we kind of had to balance everything out.
Yeah.
So you guys had some helpers coming in for you. So your mentors, they came from Gill Engineering, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it was it George and Olivia and Amy? So tell me, what was it like when they came in?
It was really helpful. Their ideas and their suggestions really help us because we weren't sure what was right and, well, not right, but what could help us more in the bridge. And they actually did corrected us or helped us or this would work more because this or this, if you put this here, it will work more because of this.
Well, they're very good engineers. I used to work with George. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No.
And for a good long time, and he's a very, very good engineer. And Olivia, I only got to know her recently, but she went to WPI, Worcester Polytechnic Institute, and she's almost like a legend. We were hearing all about her, you know? And then all of a sudden I'm like at a meeting and she's there and I'm like, you're the famous Olivia. And Amy, I met for the first time at the competition, but I was so happy to hear that you guys are coming in. You guys had the pink shirts and all ready to go. Who got you to, where did that come from with the shirts?
Well, we kind of didn't like the fact that we had to wear the same color as everyone else. And it was kind of decided amongst everyone else participating. So we wanted pink and black. And she overheard us saying that, so she asked her brother to make us special T-shirts. She's like, high school girls, pink and black, go.
Go.
They were actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, they were pretty nice.
So coming to the competition that day, when you walked in, did you see all the other bridges as you guys were coming in? What'd you guys think of all the? Were you like amazed at all the different ones?
I was the first one there, and it was like, oh my goodness, what are we doing? Are we going to win something, or how far are we going to get?
Hers
or
looks
things
so
like that.
simple compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
But Mr. Cray told us simple was better.
So
He was absolutely right. In real life, that's like a big lesson in all of life, in all designs. Whenever I'm designing something, like any design I see, whenever things start getting complicated, you know you gotta stop and rethink what you're doing because you probably strayed from the right path.
We did kind of notice that, like, a lot of the more complex looking bridges failed faster than ours did.
Well, there's some good reasons why. They've got lots of connections. And what are you trying to connect? You've got styrofoam and manila folders. The more pieces you connect them, the more danger. It was really good that you guys noticed that like it wasn't gonna hold up. Some of those bridges were actually pretty incredible. Your design was actually a pretty common theme on some of the top performing ones. You must have noticed that.
yeah.
Except some teams used a lot more manila folder and some used a lot more styrofoam and things like that. But so at the competition that day, was there any stories that happened while you were there?
No, we were just, a lot of us were just looking at all the different bridges and commenting, oh, this was really good how they did that, or maybe some things that we commented in school to do to the bridge, but because of the weight limit or other limits that we had, we couldn't do them.
Yeah.
And we
the
commented
weight,
on
the
how
weight
great.
limit was tough. Were you guys pushing
Yeah.
the limit?
Yeah.
We actually had originally 5 of the arches on ours, and then we weighed it. It was really overweight.
Really
So it
overweight?
was like 3 pounds.
We took one off, and it was still way over. So we took off another one, and we decided to put like little pieces at the end so it could bounce a little more.
Right, to stabilize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was hard. We
And it
ran
was
into
actually
trouble
at the
last
last
minute.
day. It was like,
Oh, it's like the
it
last
was
day.
Yeah, it was the last, I think Thursday it was.
That's a trick. You
yeah.
never get around to the weighing of the things. It's always
Yeah.
the weighing that
And
everybody feels
it actually was like kind of the students' fault because of the glue.
Yeah.
How much glue it was. The glue was the heaviest thing there.
about. Right, and it doesn't take a lot of that glue to work.
Yeah. So we didn't know that
Yeah,
until
we
the day, like Thursday.
Yeah,
That we
were
weighed.
kind of freaking out.
I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see it. I was seeing it in other schools that they were. But you know, you pick up that styrofoam and it doesn't feel like it weighs anything.
Yeah,
It's all the glue.
it is. Definitely is. Because the manila folders don't weigh nothing either.
No, not really. But you know, only 20 of those. It takes only 20 folders to add up to a pound. Like it seems like you hold one and you're like, that doesn't weigh anything. Then when you're holding 20, you're like, oh, that does weigh something. Especially when you're talking, you can only go to one pound. That's all you can go to. So your bridge, one thing that was really amazing when it was getting loaded, because this year the loading, you know, we roll that dice at the beginning, and you know everybody's always hoping it's going to land in the middle, but this year it landed at the worst spot.
Yeah.
It landed at the quarter point, which actually is a very tough one. But you know, if I was going to make a computer model of an arch bridge, your bridge took the exact same shape as like a computer model would. I was looking at it going, that's amazing. It's like spot on. And that just means that you guys built very accurately. How long did it take to carve out each one of those pieces? You cut perfectly straight every time. Did you lay it out on a template or?
Thank you to her, because she was the one that actually cut. She's very good with her pulse. Like she don't shake that much. I actually tried to cut it, and I took a wrong turn in the bridge. So we let all the cutting to her so she could do the work. But then all the pasting and the measuring and the actually drawn into the foam so everything can be accurate. It was all of us. So we needed all of our eyes to see, well, what do you see different here that she don't see? So it was a thank you to all of us.
Yeah, oh, that's great. I love the teamwork. And you guys, so that comes down, you were saying before the show started, you love baking.
Yeah.
So that definitely, did it come into play? Does baking come into play in making a
Spreading
bridge?
the glue was like frosting cupcakes, you know? Pretty similar. It's a little tougher.
Same thing. It's sort of like one of those cakes that you get in like the Asa cakes, the fancy ones that like look like some kind of a giant building. So in class, you guys learning about engineering in school?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the class.
It's fun. I like engineering. It's a little tough for me, but I like challenges. So I take the challenge. And I do really good in class, so I love it.
You were telling me like one of your favorite things is just working,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing.
Yeah. It's a very good thing, thank God.
So, in the classes that you're taking, the engineering class, tell me just a couple of the projects, like what kinds of things have you done?
Right now, we're actually working on creating circuits, working with like wires and batteries, light bulbs. We also did a project where we worked on a computer to create bridge models. We had to make a model and lower the price, make sure it still worked.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And one of my favorite ones was when we had to create a cell phone holder out of manila folders.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Did you actually have to wear the cell phone holder? How did that work?
It was just build it, but my teacher, Mr. Craig, gave us a fake cell phone, and we built that. So, the cell phone holder was around that cell phone, and it had to assist and do many things to that cell phone.
Right. It had to make it so it had to be like comfortable to use, easy to open.
All the things that you like about a cell phone holder, and take out all the things you don't like about a cell phone holder.
Yeah, people got really creative with that, putting
Yeah.
in like radios into the cell phone holder itself, putting GPS, all kinds of weird things. A taser.
A
Yeah,
taser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, all right, that one's pushing it. So what, like if you think you're answering the phone and you accidentally tase yourself? That's a bad thing.
It is.
Yeah. I try not to tase myself. So in the class, you guys, okay, one thing you mentioned in there was that bridge contest. And did I mention to you guys at all that we actually run a local version? The contest you're talking about, you're using the West Point Bridge Designer
Yes.
program?
Yeah.
So that West Point Bridge Designer program, it's a piece of software that, we've actually brought in the person that created it. His name is Stephen Ressler, Colonel Stephen Ressler at West Point. And very energetic, awesome guy. A lot like Mr. Craig, just great guy. And he wrote this program a long time ago, and every year modifies it, and they run this contest, and there's a national prize. The person that can get the lowest price bridge in the country, the prize is, I think it's still $10,000.
That
you've
works.
Yes, you got until March 25th to do that. But locally, if you go on there, we've got this local contest, and it also ends on March 25th. And then we have a local banquet, and it's a whole lot easier to win the prizes locally than it is nationally. And if you guys win, if you get into the top 10, you get invited to the banquet, and then, since you guys are over 13, the prizes are very straightforward. It's $100 for each member of the first place team, and $75 for second, $50 for third, and then up to 10 gets $20 gift certificates. But in the younger group, we go crazy at a toy store, and the prizes are all out on the table, and everybody gets first place gets to pick first, and they just keep on taking prizes, and it's really funny because we get like some good things like the Lego space shuttle and all kinds
So
of good
it's
stuff.
really good things.
Really good things. Yeah, the space shuttle's a big Lego set. And connects and snap circuits and all kinds of good things.
All of those are fun.
All of those are fun. So that one, if you guys want to do it, you just got to remember this, even though we're on TV. And you can't write, even if you wanted to. But it's www.engineeryourfuturealtogether.org. So everything, did you guys go onto the Model Bridge Contest site at all?
Nope.
It actually wasn't at all. We've really got a spruce up that site somewhat. It's not looking so good, and I really like it beat up. But it's got a lot of information on it. I'm working all day. That website just isn't. Does anybody want to fix it? No, not that's the next challenge. But if you guys can do that, did you guys have fun with that program? What did you guys learn in that one with the West Point contest?
I learned a lot because you actually learn the different parts of a bridge. You see how a bridge works and how it bends if it does, or how it breaks, or where it breaks, or what you could change.
Right. So you notice that the colors get, like, as it's getting closer to breaking, the colors get much darker. Like you have bright reds and bright blues, and you're like, uh-oh, that's too bright. But that's what you want. The winning bridge, every piece of the bridge turns completely, blue or red, or, and that's part of the whole beauty of it, is you got to push the limits.
Yeah.
So if I sat down with you guys for a little while, I could show you, there's a whole component to that you can slide open, and you're trying to get it. You can see how close to the limit you're getting on every piece, and you can push it right to the limit. But then you notice that your bridge is still kind of expensive because it's an extra fee every time you use a different sized piece. And that's what most people don't notice, is that little thing. So if you do that, then you can bring the price way down.
Yeah, we need to talk.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do, just gotta talk. The problem is my son is, he's been watching me running this contest since I was like, since he was 4. So now he's just, turning 12. And so
like
he's
a
been
pro.
seeing it. And I'm like, is he disqualified? He wants to be in the contest. But last year, for the first time, I was like, no, don't win. And he won. I was like, no.
He knows the tricks.
He knows the tricks. It's one of those things, you play with it for a little while, but it's scary because that program uses the real design codes that we really designed by in there. And he just knows it as like a drag and drop, make the pieces, shrink the pieces. But you guys can take it to the state where you can actually figure out exactly how we really design a bridge. It's the real software built into there. It's not much different. So, if there was anything, phone call. Okay, let's hear it.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just had a quick question. If you can talk about the unsung hero, your sister, how we got you into it. Thanks.
Wait, say that again. Did you guys get that?
No.
I think she said cell phone. I'm not sure.
We got to try again. Maybe she'll call back. I didn't catch the question.
She hung up really fast.
Yeah. Oh well. She might.
I think she said cell phone. I think she's like, can you repeat the cell phone something again?
Oh well. I couldn't hear the question. But anyway, what were we talking about? So I was just wondering if you guys could do anything different with your bridge or in the contest next year. Next year, every year we pick something radically different from the material.
Yeah.
So what would you guys want to do different next year?
Definitely the material. I don't like the material. I think the material is too of a challenge. It's like, challenge is good, but it's like you really have to think about how to place this, or can you place this? Because it's like the material is so weak. It's like something wrong can put you in a very bad place.
Yeah, we realized that when we picked the materials. We
You
knew the
guys
place
stuck
we were
with
putting
it.
you in. So any favorite materials for next year? What do you think we should do?
I don't know.
I mean, I kind of like the styrofoam.
Yeah, we won't use styrofoam next year. I can tell you some of the worst cases. We're never using paper mache again. There's math teachers that do this contest. Could you imagine they got to walk down to the bathroom with a bucket of water and come back sloshing it down the hallway and then get that pasty garbage all over all the desks, and then some kids expected to take a math test at that desk the next day?
Oh, God.
It's all fun, though. I mean, that's why we do this contest. You guys had fun with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had fun putting it together. And Anna Christina actually was the host. She's the other host of this show, but she's actually the one that put together the contest this year, and she did a beautiful job. And we thank her very much, of course.
Yes, we do.
And next year, we're going to do it all over again, something totally different.
Yeah.
And you guys will be back. So that's next year. Actually, you guys go on, no, you're in the same school next year,
Yeah.
right? What
Yes.
grade are you guys?
I'm a junior.
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore? Oh, so you're both back next year.
Yeah.
So there's some things you got to know. We do, all kinds of activities through the year, and there's an Engineers Week scholarship for $5,000 that you can get the link to on the website, engineeryourfuture.org. And we're coming down in the final 2 minutes. And there's that. And the other things we do, we give tours of Boston bridges if you want to do that. If you guys want to do a job shadow and come and see, not only my office, but other offices, there's all different kinds, not just engineers out there, but there's architects, and then there's other kinds of engineers, like mechanical engineers and electrical engineers. There's all kinds of people out there, and we'd love to introduce you as much as possible, because the only way to know what's out there in the world is to see what's out there.
Yep.
And really, that's the major things we've been doing, and it was a real pleasure having you guys on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Civil Engineering today, this month. And we'll see you all again next month. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.